Our third and last speaker thinks that making those big decisions, or even the little one, can inspire panic. They might cause great worry and whining without any motion. Some call this analysis paralysis. He will remind us not to panic and share 3 experiences. This is his level 2 effective body language project. Please welcome Cody with the Panic Brain. Cody.
Hello, Toastmasters. What are some large decisions that you've had to make? Perhaps it was buying a house, expanding your family, or something else. Regardless, you probably had at least a hint of panic, or like me, you might have crazy panic. Well, I call this the panic brain. And I will share, as mentioned, 3 experiences from different people. The first will be about someone who traveled and with his father and got lost. The second will be about someone I attended a coding boot camp with. And the third is about myself. The first story. Jeffrey R. Holland told of a time when he and his father were driving through the roads of Utah, through the mountains in the country. And they were just totally clueless as to where they even were. They would take one road, hoping that was the right one, and the next, and then eventually they just stopped the car and just said, let's just pray about this. I have no clue what to do. So they did. They said a prayer, and the father afterwards said, at the fork they were at, I think we should take the left. So they did. They went down that road and came to a dead end. What? Jeffrey was so confused. Why would God take us down a road that wasn't even the right one? It just was a dead end. His father had a wise remark saying, maybe God led us this way so that we would quickly come to know which way was correct. So the first lesson is making the wrong decision is better than no decision. My second story is about a lady named Kara. Kara was trying to switch careers. She wanted to get into web development. However, as she continued down that path during the boot camp, nothing felt like it was working. She was totally depressed. She tried online documentation, she tried online tutorials, she did the boot camp, she did everything under the sun she could think of. And she felt like she wasn't no smarter than when she first started. Well, eventually she came to me, or I came to her and said, I noticed you've been struggling. Here are some suggestions that might help you. I said, well, I've tried those and it all just bleh. It's worthless. Well, what about this one? Nope, that's a load of baloney. She would say, my problem is that I have a good grasp on how much I don't know, but no idea how to move forward. I don't even know how to start. I have no one I can ask questions to. Everyone around here is a flick. Well, at that point, I just said, she can't be helped. She's just too negative. She won't change her mind. A week later, though, I came back to her and said, okay, what if I just meet with you over Zoom and we look at one of your code storage? And eventually, she was able to realize, maybe I do actually know something about programming. So the second lesson is trust in your decision and in your abilities. The third and final one was about my decision to move to Idaho. It was totally unexpected. I was attending a college in a small college town of Rexburg, Idaho. And it's really hard to find a job there because it's so small. Well, after a while, I was actually called and the lady said, hey, we actually have an opening for a spot in Yellowstone log homes. I said, great. And she told me some of the details, but there were a couple of problems. It wasn't that high paying and it wasn't really related to my career. So I said, no, maybe not. And she said, okay, well, I understand. And the next day, though, my wife this time receives a call and is told, well, now we have an opening for an apartment in Rexburg, another completely almost impossible thing to happen in a period of a couple of days. Well, I panicked, sprained, and I eventually decided this is the decision I want. So I decided to go, and then I continued to freak out. It just continued until I finally said, you know what? Maybe it's better just to, instead of think, what's wrong with this decision, just not second guess yourself. So lesson 3, just don't second guess. It can work out if you can make it work. So the 3 lessons were: make a decision, stick with it, and don't second guess yourself. So failure is an option, panic is not the solution, and let's spring into action. Thank you, and back to you, Toastmaster.